I don't know what it was that I read, but I know that I read something like maybe you couldn't break the record for some time or something.
Okay,
I'm not too sure, but at the time, I may have misread it, but I read something like, I needed to wait like 4 years or something.
Okay.
And at this time, maybe I was like 21.
Okay.
So I was actually like much younger when I
So if that 4 years thing wasn't there, you'd have tried it at that time?
I could not have. Where I want the money.
but at that point in time, was it something that was there?
Yes, it was. It was just in my head. But again, I would say the idea hadn't fully formed. Even I had not fully formed.
Yeah,
so I think as young people, in my house, like we grew up being allowed to like imagine and just dream.
That's lovely.
Right? So you know how like when you're kids, you're imagining a lot of like incredible
things you're going to do.
Exactly.
Yes,
like
you're going
we
to
just
visit.
used to imagine, and there were no limitations to our imagination. So I would say that was what was still at play at that time.
Yes.
But as years went on, I'd seen a few people like attempt
the record.
like
that particular
Nigerians.
record.
No, not that record.
Different other
just
records.
other records. I'd seen a few people attempt, and I was like, okay, so it was still in my head.
Yeah.
Then as time went on, I think I was working at Breakfast King on the mainland in Surulere, and we got this. So the idea had really still been in my head, like cooking for, I think 3 days or so at the time. So we had this big order. We had to make 2,000 meals, and we had to deliver that meal at 7 a.m. in the morning, and we still had like our normal production line where we had to still do breakfast and then lunch for the insurance company that contracted us.
Okay.
So for that production to happen, it meant that we had to be working from today is, from like 2 days before.
2,000.
So like yesterday we worked like 48 hours like throughout to make sure that everything was done. So I was obviously like heading that.
So it's good practice.
Project. Yeah.
So I took it. I literally said to myself then that let me use this to practice and see if I can actually survive, like standing, cooking for 2 days.
Standing.
Yeah, so I did that. But again, I didn't break the record until like 3 years after that time, or almost 4 years after that time.
What directly led to that attempt?
Different things. Yeah. So obviously, I always wanted to be famous.
Okay.
A good way to start.
No one on this couch ever wanted to be famous.
That's beautiful to see. But I always wanted to be on TV. I wanted to be a showbiz girl. I wanted to be a presenter, actor. Yeah. So I always wanted to be famous. And every single thing I did was geared towards that. Yeah. Like I went for auditions. Any opportunity I got to like be on the TV screen, I took it and I ran with it. And I was I am really good at it. So there was also that as well. So, and then I now ventured into the food space where I was selling food. I had my cooking show.
Yeah, which we'll get into.
And back in the day, there was this idea that for you to be a food, influencer, or for you to be notable in the food space, you had to either be like a renowned, international chef.
Yes.
Or you also had to, I don't know, like I always saw the people that brands used to work with, and they were always like married. Yeah. More like older, like maybe more in their 30s. They seemed a lot more put together, coordinated. Yeah. And here I was like at this time when I had this thought, I was like 24. Yeah. Like 25. I'm like, nobody's going to take me seriously. Yeah. Like, and I thought to myself, I have to do something. So literally it was a thought in my head that I want, when you think of food and cooking,
you think like, of me.
I want you to literally say my name when you have that thought. Like when you come to Nigeria, when you're talking about like culinary, like anything in Nigeria. Yeah. So it was in my head, like, what can I do? So it's almost like you're on a queue. Mm-hmm. But again, that's how I see it. But obviously it took years. So to me, I was just leaving, doing what I needed to do.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I'm on this queue and I'm at the back of the queue.
And I need to get to the front.
And I'm just putting it into practical like sense.
Yeah.
So what do I need to do to sort of like
Jump the queue.
Jump the queue.
In short.